right? And that's all over history, like, you
I
know.
got you. So how do you decide who deserve love and who don't?
Well, me personally, if
Yeah,
I
so
were
you
to
say
love
you don't
somebody,
love all people because...
do you love all people?
Yes,
So you love somebody that would rape a 5-year-old girl?
yes.
Okay. I wouldn't love them
Why not?
because
What?
I wouldn't love them. That's
Why
not
not,
because they don't deserve that
And what made them not deserve it?
by their actions.
And what actions is that?
By raping a 5-year-old girl. Well, in what world is that okay? That's
all people because...
Do you love all people?
Yes,
So you love somebody that would rape a 5-year-old girl?
yes.
Okay.
Did you not hear him? He said very easily and casually and confidently, without hesitation, yeah, that he would love a person who would rape a 5-year-old girl. And this man is celebrated for his Christian faith. I told you about this religion. That's what I do. I hold them accountable. I look at this religion of Christianity from an academic perspective. I compare it against true goodness and righteousness. Worship a man, the Trinity. Unquestionably follow the Pope. Oh, what are you now? What are you? You're a Protestant Christian? Oh yeah, I know what that's about too. You have placed yourself effectively at the center of the universe. You make up your beliefs as you go along. You worship a dead Jewish man? This is the religion of Christianity? It teaches that man is corrupt, that human beings are corrupt, that we have no value outside of Christianity. That's why I say human beings are more and naturally drawn to a person with fine character than they are to a person who has belief. I'm holding Jesse Peterson accountable for his belief system. This man has lost his mind, just like so many other people in this world. No man is standing up for righteousness. He casually says it. Yeah, I would. Very casually, directly, and quickly. Like without question. But that is what Christianity teaches. It teaches people to love their persecutors. Why do you think that Christian slave masters would inculcate slaves with Christianity? Why do you think? Well, I can make it easy for you. Yeah. They did this because the religion of Christianity, when you have proper understanding of it, it makes you very comfortable, I say this all the time, with your miserable condition. This man is celebrated for his faith, a faith that teaches him to love sinners, to love rapists, to love criminals. And this religion very regrettably and dangerously is spreading like wildfire. That's because very few people are dedicated to education and true goodness. That's what this is about. Here we have a gang member being interviewed, a former gang member being interviewed on one end. And on the other end, we have a holy man, a Christian. And I'm telling you, just listening to China Mac's answers, he walks away looking more reasonable and sensible than this Christian. I would feel infinitely more comfortable and better with China Mac watching my 5-year-old girl or boy than this Christian. And I never knew who China Mac was. I just saw a couple of his videos that he made about, he gave some reviews on food. That's how I know him. But I've come to realize he's just more than that. He's like an entertainer. And I know a little bit about his story now. But It's very clear. It is remarkable. It is shocking that a man would say, I love. I mean, it's shocked. It seems like China Mac was shocked. Just think about the setup here. Here we have a former gang member who's seen it all, right? He's been on the streets. He's had to deal with some of the most unforgiving people. And now he finds himself being interviewed by a Christian. And this Christian tells him, I love rapists. If that doesn't throw everything off, nothing will. He might as well go back to the streets, because I'm telling you, the people on the street, they're more sensible and ethical than this Christian man, and that's no exaggeration. Because at least on the street, there's some ethics, there's some code of conduct that you don't violate. Like going after children? What do they do to rapists in prison? This guy would coddle and treat a rapist with first-class service. And by the way, what is it with this name Peterson? They seem to have some very quirky beliefs, because I made a video about Jordan Peterson. You know who he is, right? The psychologist who's kind of coy about saying that he's a Christian, because he knows in the realm of education and true righteousness that religion doesn't hold up. He himself is a Protestant Christian, which means he makes up his beliefs as he goes along. In fact, he says, in hopes of trying to understand the Bible, because you know what I say frequently, the Bible is ambiguous, opaque, inconsistent, and contradictory. He knows this. How do you translate it? How do you understand it? How do you interpret it? Well, he says you need to depend on neuroscience and evolutionary biology. Stop it. Let me be very clear. The religion of Christianity teaches that man has no value without faith, and that every man is corrupt because of the sin of Adam. And I'm telling you the reason why he believes this, why you should love criminals and degenerates and serial killers and rapists, is because his religion teaches him so. His religion teaches him that every man is corrupt, that every man is corrupt, and that you should not value a person based on their works, but rather their faith. And their faith here is to worship the man Jesus. Is there any man who will stand up for goodness? Is there any man who will stand up for innocent children? His understanding of goodness and morality, as taught by Christianity, is backwards and corrupt. He says you should love those who persecute you. That's in effect what he's saying here. That your deeds don't matter. This is authentic Christian teaching. Your deeds don't matter. And that you should love those who persecute you. This is why Christianity is prevalent among the ignorant, the uneducated, those who are incapable of standing up for themselves, because as I said earlier, it makes people very comfortable with their miserable condition and situation. And then he asks China Mac, are humans in a fallen state? Remember, China Mac was honest enough to say, I just became a Christian because everyone else around me was a Christian. See, Christianity doesn't challenge you to grow intellectually or morally or spiritually. You just convert to it just because everyone else is doing it.
I gotta ask because of time, do you believe human beings are in a fallen state?
In a fallen state? You have to understand what Jesse means here. Listen to me very carefully. And by the way, his YouTube channel is called The Fallen State. Why would he name his YouTube channel that? Why would he be concerned about this fallen state? Because his religion teaches him that human beings are utterly corrupt. You can't do good, that you're sinful, that your very nature is sinful. And I've made a video about this, by the way. This is called the Doctrine of Original Sin, which was heavily pronounced and taught throughout the Middle Ages. Now, it's not really fashionable to believe that, because remember, Christians have gone away from the Bible. The Doctrine of Original Sin teaches that all human beings are corrupt. I am thankfully not a Christian. How am I then able to distinguish between right and wrong? My very existence, my understanding of goodness, it implodes and explodes Christianity. It really does, because you would think that I would not understand what goodness means. And I'm telling you, goodness is ethics. Goodness is morality. Goodness is not raping a 5-year-old girl and congratulating someone for it, as Jesse Peterson does. There's no man out here who will stand up for true righteousness. This is why I say religion matters. It shapes a person's worldview. He's congratulated for his Christian beliefs? Because this is what the religion teaches. That's why I'm dealing with this subject. That's why I'm so heated. Just casually sits there and says, yes, I would love this man. This man who ravaged, who raped a 5-year-old girl. I would love this rapist. As though that is righteousness. That's evil. That's evil. Let me ask that 5-year-old girl how she feels about her rapist. Now she's forever scarred, destroyed psychologically and emotionally for the rest of her life. Let me ask her how she feels about her rapist. Everything that I've given you is authentic Christian teaching. Jesse Peterson believes that it is righteous to love sinners, criminals. It's not. It goes against our human nature. That's the point. I'm kindly asking Christians out there to think about Christian beliefs. The Trinity, the Assumption of Mary, all of this idea of loving criminals. We need to begin respecting and admiring people who are outstanding citizens, who have excellent conduct, who are decent people, not loving criminals. This is what I say. Christianity has everything backwards. Subscribe to this channel.
All people become...
Do you love all people?
Yes.
So you love somebody that will rape a 5-year-old girl?
Yes.